they wouldn't have wanted to release him.
Well, then keep him.
That's the thing. Do you keep him? Do they have enough faith that he's able to garner enough?
He's gonna been a big star, especially with the crowds coming back. He had an interesting character. He's a good following on with us fans. Alistair Black could have been something big.
It's obvious that they didn't believe in him. And that's obvious.
That's crazy.
You know, and then when he went on Selena Vegas, Thea Trinidad, when he went on her Twitch stream and kind of explained it, and he was in because he just knew that there were a couple others who were real. Chelsea Green, that was one of the ones.
Chelsea Green, thank you.
Yeah,
she's another one.
That was another one that was released who felt like she was very underutilized because she came up with so many ideas for them to use, and they just kept throwing them away. And one of the ones that with her, Billie Kay, Peyton Royce, and her trying to be an iconic. I
would have loved that.
I would have loved that.
Cool.
Her coming in and being the bridge that burns Dominic and Rey Mysterio's relationship by her being Dominic's girlfriend. She pitched that. They didn't want anything to do with it. I thought that was a great storyline.
That would have been a good one. Like Chelsea Green, in my opinion, is pretty talented, and I feel like they could have used one of these ideas. It would have worked.
She had a lot of them. Her being Charlotte Flair's protege, trying to be like Charlotte. I don't get why WWE doesn't run with some of these ideas that these superstars have, because when you think about it, these superstars grew up as wrestling fans. What would you would rather a fan make the story than someone who doesn't care about the actual feeling that the story is going to have. A fan knows what a fan wants to see. And then the wrestlers to create their own stories.
Exactly. I mean, who's going to try to find something more interesting for you to do than you?
Exactly. You know? Who's going to write a better promo knowing what you would say than you? Writers to tell you how you feel about this person telling you that you're not going to be able to beat them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it is a little inflated, and I think they need to give at least a little bit of the creative control back to people, because some of the best moments that we have in wrestling, you know what I mean? The things that weren't supposed to happen end up being some of the best things that happens. You know what I'm saying? Some of the best promos are the unscripted ones. That's why on the bonus show, we were saying how Talking Smack was one of those shows that really garnered attention because the promos were unscripted. They were coming from the heart. And when you give a wrestler creative control, it gives them the freedom to give us what we want to see.
Right. And two other people who were released by WWE showed up on rivaling products this week. Andrade debuted for AEW.
Yes, he did.
And Steve Cutler debuted for Impact anymore. I can't really pronounce the name they're using for him. I think it's his last name, but yeah, he's going to be an Impact now.
Yeah, I can see Steve Cutler joining Violent by Design. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what he can do as a wrestler and as an entertainer.
I honestly have to see what Andrade can do in AEW, because I'm not feeling real positive about this one. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, his that signing is the most positive one in my opinion, because he's young, he can still go, and he's got a name people recognize. I feel like they could do something.
We'll talk more about it when we come back here on the Sons of Legends on Red Bull Talk Radio. Stay tuned.
You're listening to RGTR, Red Gold Talk Radio.
Hey guys, this is Gabriel Anders, and I just wanted to pop in and let you know that there is a quick and easy way that you can help support this station and all the DJs on the RGTR shows that you know and love. Whenever you're looking at doing some Amazon shopping for your pets or your kids or yourself, everything that you could have delivered directly to your door first, and go to Amazon by clicking our Amazon banner at the top of the page, that would really help us out a bunch. And while you're at it, if you could follow us on Twitter at Red Gold Media and on Facebook, Red Gold Talk Radio, and subscribe to us on YouTube at the Red Gold Network, you'll get notifications of every time that we go live, each and every week. Amazon banner right at the top of the page on redgold.net. We'd really appreciate it. You enjoy the rest of your show, and thank you so much for listening to RGTR Red Gold Talk Radio. Hey guys, Gabriel Landers here, letting you know that the Arizona Wrestling Federation is back in Phoenix at the new AWF Arena, June the 26th for the All-American Grand Slam. See the returning team of Adrian Hawkins and Aiden Colt, accompanied by Sprayboy Roy, together again for one night only, as they take on the Southwest Dream Team of AWF champion Andy Palafox and the returning Danny G. Also competing, Ricky Mandel, Paradox, Watson, Freya the Slayer, AWF Women's Champion Brittany Brooks, Chubby Depp, RGTR's own Jordan Cruz, and the Brothers of Wrestling. And the 2021 AWF Wildcard Rumble winner Lawrence Tyler will be in attendance. For more on Federation.com.
Hey guys, it's Big HD, the Hardcore Degenerate, inviting you to every Thursday night, 9 p.m. East on RGTR Radio.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Art Dog here with your homeboy MJ Gunner.
What's going on, everybody?
And we want you to join us every Tuesday live for the Sons of Legends podcast at Flint Sports, Entertainment, and everything else. It's a show.
When we get in to talk about our wrestling, it gets completely insane.
And every Tuesday, we'll be all the way live, 10 p.m. Join us for the Sons of Legends podcast on RGTR.
Hey folks, I'm Bradley C. Baker.
And I'm Jim Caterly.
And we're from Broken Link Radio. We'd like to ask you to take a second of your day to join our Patreon at brokenlinkradio1word.com. You see, due to Jim's excessive shoe habit
and Burhead's compulsive habit of buying used books,
we need a little help keeping up with our operational fees. With packages starting to keep food on our tables during these trying times.
Dude, what's this? We're not starving.
I know, Jim, but listen, we're all in this together.
It's like you're making us into a Sarah McLachlan commercial or something.
I know. I'm just reading what was written, Jim.
Why don't we just tell them if they like what they hear to support the show?
Yeah, well, I think we're out of time now, and the studio only paid for one take, so whatever. Catch new episodes every Monday and help support the show on our Patreon at brokenlinkradio1word.com, patreon.com/brokenlinkradio.
Do it! I still hate that URL.
Broken Link Radio.
Do you love Kings of the Round Table? We'll help support JP, HG, and Jordan Cruz by picking up your copy of 11 and 11, a hometown hero, LaRussa's Last Ride in Red, and a Miracle World Series for the St. Louis, written by Benjamin Hockman with a foreword by Chris Carpenter and closing remarks by Jason Mott. 11 and 11 is a thoroughly reported chronicle of an unparalleled season packed with interviews with key players,
What's good? Back to the sun. It's your boy Art Dog discussing wrestling news. We have already went over the topic of the surprise of Leo Rush retiring. Came at the drop of a hat, very surprising to us. We discussed the recent releases from WWE, and we were discussing the acquiring of Andrade to AEW. And I am not really hopeful about this, because I feel like Andrade is kind of how do I want to put it? I don't want to say too good for the roster, but he's I expect him to be kind of in the title picture almost immediately. You know what I mean? And the way it went with Rusev was pretty good because, you know, it was the slow build. Because a lot of WWE fans goes to AEW, they end up being on top immediately.
But this time it should be true, though. Like, he's that talented that I feel like Andrade could have a run at the Omega, like now.
Yeah, and I was expecting, you know, the match at AAA to be the climax.
Hell, maybe that's why he went over there.
But is it him staying around? Is that going to be, a good thing, or is it going to wear off quickly? Or
well, I can't picture it being a bad thing, to be honest with you.
No.
I mean, Andrade is a hell of a player.
Yeah, no matter where he would have went. Now I'm wondering, are in Thea Trinidad too?
I don't think so, because when Andrade debuted, Vicky Guerrero brought him out. So I'm thinking if anybody's going to manage him, it's going to be her.
Which is not
and
pretty good heel heat.
Yeah, that'll work most definitely.
And if Andrade is going back to his heelish ways,
yeah, that'd be good.
Him being stifled the way he was. I wasn't too excited at first, but the way you're talking about it, I
might have to start watching Dynamite now.
Might have to. You know what I mean? Of course. And what do you think about Aiden having the lowings of the show's history?
Well, I think.
Do you think this is going to be telling about when Rampage debuts on Fridays?
I mean, Abby's been on Wednesdays. Everybody's expecting to see them on Wednesdays. Now maybe people got something to do on Fridays.
And they are with the playoff on Wednesdays.
Yeah, you can't compete with the playoff on Wednesdays, but competing with the Tribal Chief on Fridays is not a very good idea either.
Oh, that's painfully obvious at this point. I mean, because if they had the lowest ratings of history and they're going head to head with SmackDown, don't you think it's a good idea to not put your new show to go head to head with SmackDown?
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true. But yeah, I don't know what to make of that.
I don't really know. Sure. I don't know if it was the date that they chose or something that was going on or what it was, because normally when you have
this week was the lowest.
Normally when you have a show right after
a big pay-per-view of that. That's what I'm asking. This week is the lowest?
Normally that's like one of the highest shows.
Well, that could mean something.
But this was their first show on a Friday.
I don't see that being a good sign, though. It being the lowest right after Double or Nothing. Maybe that is something to worry about. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it's real concerning, especially when they're coming with a new show that's supposed to debut on that day and that time slot.
Yeah, I chalk this one up to people not really being in the routine to watch them on Fridays. This is still young, still new into this. Them coming on Fridays, so that's probably the reason.
So, I mean, I hope that it's just a one-off for their sake, but
they're gonna be on Fridays so the playoffs are over.
Yeah, so I hope that this rating low was just a one-off.
Yeah, I'd like to call it a fluke.
So we'll just have to see what happens.
Yeah, you want to start talking about Raw now?
Facts.
Yeah, well, Raw was all right this week. I thought
Raw kicked off with a bang, because people have been downing the tag team division for so long, because it's obvious that WWE really doesn't care about tag teams like that.
Yeah.
But this week they really showcased the tag teams, and they had a nice long segment, even though it was a crappy battle royal.
I mean, would you really consider it a showcase of all the tag teams, considering that two of the tag teams only had one member in the match?
Yeah, but both of them are hurt. But I think that even though The Miz was hurt, they had two of the highlights of the match.
The Miz coming down there in that wheelchair.
Coming down the ramp. And John Morrison lets him go, and in slow motion he's yelling. I mean,
he had to move in slow motion to go catch him before he went down.
And then when he runs into Mason T. Barney, he yells at Miz to throw him the drip stick.
The drip stick.
I mean, yeah, dude. I mean, I would love for Miz and Morrison to be back together as a team, because they have great comedic timing and excellent promos together. It just goes to show what happens when you give the Superstars creative control.
Well, I would love
nobody wrote that dripstick for him.
It's got to be Johnny. But I would love to see Miz and Morrison come after the Raw tag team titles. That's what I would love to see. They're a good team to just have comic relief, but they're a great tag team champions.
Exactly. But the fact that we only was seeing like the New Day and RK Bro all the time, that made us forget that there were other tag teams like Miz and Morrison, like Lucha House Party, like T-Bar and Mace, like the Viking Raiders.
Yeah, and the Viking Raiders go on to win this match. I'm not going to lie to you, I'm a little intrigued by this because Omos has never had to face people as big as Eric and Ivar yet. He's get on there with the New Day. He's got in there with Riker and Elias, I believe. But yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't had to square up with somebody that could probably pick him up.
But yeah, Eric and Ivar could definitely give him a run for his money, strength-wise. I'm excited to see this.
Yeah, it's very intriguing because we were tired of the New Day in the tag team title picture. They're not the only tag team. And if you want to revive the division, then like you said, good champions are nothing without good challengers.
Say it all the time. It's always true.
Yeah, it's always going to be true. So you have to build people in order to make them intriguing to fight the champion. Otherwise, we're going to think the champion's just going to squash them, as they normally do.
Yeah.
And even if the champions do squash Eric and Ivar, it'll make them look better because of what Eric and Ivar went through to get this tag title shot.
That's true. Most definitely.
Yeah, so I'm glad to see it. And it was probably one of the highlights of Raw was watching this tag thing. And then the chemistry that RK Bro has is just unparalleled right now.
Yeah, I'm glad that they're giving them time to marinate as a team before thrusting them into the tag title picture, because most of the time together, two singles guys, they go straight into the tag team title picture.
Yeah, they don't have any time to gel. Yeah. They don't have any time for the crowd to get familiar with them.
And most of the time they win.
You got to give them a chance to build some chemistry and build this rapport with the fans where we can get familiar, where we start to care about them. And people are caring about RK Bro because of the dynamic that they have.
They're hilarious together.
The things that Matt Riddle is doing to try to impress Randy Orton, and the fact that he lost with it, I can't wait to see what Randy has to say about it next week.
Yeah, me too. He's talking about when Matt Riddle faced Kofi Kingston this week.
Yeah, but the first thing that happened was in the Battle Royal. Kofi was about to hit Randy with Trouble in Paradise. Matt Riddle was already eliminated. He came back in the ring and took a bullet for Randy. And that's how Randy eliminated Kofi in the Battle Royal. They end up having a match later on that night, Riddle and Kofi. And Riddle's just dying to impress Randy Orton. He's like a kid saying, "Look, Dad, look what I can do. Look, this is your move. This is something that you do." And he's doing Randy's DDT. And Randy's like, "That's it. Finish him. And he's like, "Not yet, bro." And he jumps down and starts doing Orton's taunt. He's going
pounding on the mat. He's going for the RKO, and Kofi reverses it.
And that was the thing. He's dying to impress Randy so bad that he's forgetting about the task at hand. And I can't wait to hear what Randy has to say about it. But that's the type of dynamic that really intrigues us. Every time he tells Matt Riddle to shut up without saying shut up, just opens his hand waiting for the key to his lips.
And he does it every time. He looks all sad stuff whenever he does it.
And the last time, and then like during the Battle Royal, he put it in his boot. He's always putting it somewhere. Putting it in his boot, put it in the trash can. He throws it. And then Matt Riddle, as soon as Randy Orton walks off, he's looking for the key. I mean, that's the type of thing that builds great tag teams. We know that they're being built to break up. But how long can it last, where until they break up? They just got a new shirt and he's showing off the shirt. He had on
He was wearing two shirts. One because he doesn't wear, one because Randy doesn't wear shirts, and the other because Randy don't wear pants.
That's what we love to see. That's one of those dynamics. They're probably one of the hottest things on Raw right now.
They definitely are. Like, a lot of people like the RK Bros.
Yeah, that's natural organic building. This all started from a singles match that they had that everybody found to be the best match on Raw that week. Mm-hmm. And Randy threw out a tweet like, there's something there, let's build on it. And they're building. And that's the secret behind making something that people care about, is building it, not just throwing it in our face. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like,
they need to learn to cook more steaks.
Exactly. You can't just have a fast food burger like Braun Strowman and Nicholas winning the tag team titles on a whim. That's not what we want. You know what I'm saying? We want the RK Bro, where they're built for months. We get to laugh with them. We start to sympathize with them. We start to care about them. We get to celebrate when they win. And then you can break them up like you've always wanted to do from the moment they met, because that's what Vince does. He breaks up tag teams. He loves breaking our hearts.
Yeah. And then this week, it was made official. Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre inside Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, you know how I feel about this one. But
I feel
like you said, it's going to feel new.
Yeah, because they're in a Hell in a Cell, and apparently this is going to be the Bobby Lashley beats Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre is not getting another shot at Bobby Lashley with the WWE title,
and that's another thing that kind of makes it feel new. Is number one, putting it in Hell in a Cell, because Bobby Lashley has never been inside Hell in a Cell. Mm-hmm. Drew McIntyre has, and the one time that he has, he lost.
Right.
You know what I mean? Another thing that makes it very intriguing is the fact that they made this deal like on a whim. He's like, I want you to never get a shot. Drew's like, done. Mm-hmm. And they're like, whoa, are you sure? He's like, yeah. If I lose, this is my last shot at Bobby Lashley while he's champion, period. Mm-hmm. And I'm intrigued again. And then he freaking breaks the table with the sword.
Chops the table in half with a sword. That was badass.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I mean, and then I want to actually give props to Drew on his mic skills. I think that people are really not looking at how, because he actually sat there and told a story that I could care less about, but he made it intriguing about, that Scottish king that lived in a cave and watched the spider and all of that stuff. And it gave Bobby something to go off of when Bobby came out. Like, give up.
Right.
You're the spider and you keep trying to build this web and it just won't work. I keep beating you and you keep coming. Yeah. Drew McIntyre has these great promo skills that are being overlooked sometimes.
Yeah, Drew doesn't really get credit for his work on the mic.
He doesn't at all.
But he's pretty good on that microphone.
He is.
And then the last thing that happened on Raw this week was Shayna Baszler and Lily. They had some kind of altercation.
Is Shayna dead?
I don't think so.
I mean, it went off with her screaming.
So I guess we gotta wait to see what happens.
Yeah, it went off the air with Shayna Baszler screaming, a blood-curdling scream like the dolls in the mirror. And I mean, come on, man. Somebody find the Fiend, because the Fiend light is not working.
And if you're not going to find the Fiend, at least can we drop this character?
I mean,
I don't like the doll.
I'm okay with the character. I'm not okay with the doll playing. Like, you're not really going to expect these big, bad wrestlers to be afraid of a doll.
I don't care how creepy it is. Doesn't make sense to me anyway.
I mean, I would be more afraid if it was Alexa Bliss doing what she was doing, like bleeding down the face.
Yeah, okay, I get what she was doing.
Spitting the fire.
When she was working with Randy, I get that. I like that and everything.
Right, even the match that she had with Asuka where she just kept changing forms.
I like that, showed off her magic ability. I'd be completely okay with that. But I don't like this doll.
I don't like the doll either. But I just don't know because I don't really believe in Alexa beating Shayna in just a pure wrestling match. So something has to shake. And with the way that it played out this week, I'm just not storyline anyway. I wasn't sure really about it when it was Reginald, and I'm not sure about it now.
Yeah, I don't really.
But something that does really intrigue me was MVP coming up to Kofi.
Yeah, that's another good one. Basically, MVP told him, Kofi made it, Andy, because you let it in.
And he's basically like, man, that moment, brought tears to my eyes. It made me want to come back. And what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be like this. And I am very intrigued with MVP and Kofi Kingston. That could be something.
I'm not going to lie to you. I kind of like the way it is with MVP and Lashley. Like, don't get my hopes up like they did with the Hurt Business and then smash them to pieces.
Well, they're very, very good at getting your hopes up and smashing it. That's what Vince's specialty is, baby. Well, I would love to see Kofi and MVP make a team, but I don't want it to be the Hurt Business. I just want it to be a business, thing. Anyway, we got so much more to get into, dude. Just stay tuned right here on Sons of Legends on Red Gold Talk Radio.
You're listening to RGTR, Red Gold Talk Radio.
Hey guys, this is Gabriel Anders, and I just wanted to pop in and let you know that there is a quick and easy way that you can help support this station and all the DJs on the RGTR shows that you know and love. Whenever you're looking at doing some Amazon shopping for your pets or your kids or yourself, everything that you could have delivered directly to your door, if you just head to redgold.net first and go to Amazon by clicking our Amazon banner at the top of the page, that would really help us out a bunch. And while you're at it, if you could follow us on Twitter at Red Gold Media and on Facebook, Red Gold Talk Radio, and subscribe to us on YouTube, you'll get notifications of every time that we go live each and every week for all your favorite RGTR shows. So again, if you click on that Amazon banner right at the top of the page on redgold.net, we'd really appreciate it. You enjoy the rest of your show, and thank you so much for listening to RGTR Red Gold Talk Radio. Hey guys, Gabriel Anders here, letting you know that the Arizona Wrestling Federation is back in Phoenix at the new AWF Arena, June the 26th for the All-American Grand Slam. See the returning team of Adrian Hawkins and Aiden Colt, accompanied by Sprayboy Roy, together again for one night only, as they take on the Southwest Dream Team of AWF champion Andy Palafox and the returning Danny G. Also competing, Ricky Mandel, Paradox, Watson, Freya the Slayer, AWF Women's Champion Brittany Brooks, Chubby Depp, RGTR's own Jordan Cruz, and the Brothers of Wrestling. And the 2021 AWF Wildcard Rumble winner Lawrence Tyler will be in attendance. For more information, listen to Pro Wrestling AZ Weekly and get your tickets now at ArizonaWrestlingFederation.com.
Hey guys, it's Big HD, the Hardcore Degenerate, inviting you to check out Kings of the Round Table every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on RGTR Radio.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Art Dog here with your homeboy MJ Gunner.
What's going on, everybody?
And we want you to join us every Tuesday live for the Sons of Legends podcast at 10 p.m. where we talk about wrestling, sports, entertainment, and everything else. It's a show for the fans, by the fans.
That's right, Art. You know how it gets whenever we get in to talk about our wrestling. It gets completely insane.
And every Tuesday, we'll be all the way live, 10 p.m. Join us for the Sons of Legends podcast on RGTR.
Hey folks, I'm Bradley C. Baker.
And I'm Jim Caterly.
And we're from Broken Link Radio. We'd like to ask you to take a second of your day to join our Patreon at brokenlinkradio1word.com. You see, due to Jim's excessive shoe habit,
And Burhead's compulsive habit of buying used books.
we need a little help keeping up with our operational fees. With packages starting as low as $3.99 a month, you can become the ultimate scumbag and help keep food on our tables during these trying times.
Dude, what's this? We're not starving.
I know, Jim, but listen, we're all in this together.
No, it's like you're making us into a Sarah McLachlan commercial or something.
I know. I'm just reading what was written, Jim.
Why don't we just tell them if they like what they hear to support the show?
Yeah, well, I think we're out of time now, and the studio only paid for one take, so whatever. Catch new episodes every Monday and help support the show on our Patreon at brokenlinkradio1word.com, patreon.com/brokenlinkradio.
Do it! I still hate that URL.
Broken Link Radio.
Do you love Kings of the Round Table? We'll help support JPHG and Jordan Cruz by picking up your copy of 11 and 11, a hometown hero, LaRussa's last ride in red, and a Miracle World Series for the St. Louis Cardinals. Written by Benjamin Hoffman with a foreword by Chris Carpenter and closing remarks by Jason Mott. 11 and 11 is a thoroughly reported chronicle of an unparalleled season packed with interviews with key players, team executive broadcasters, and more. This is the definitive account of a championship run no Cardinal fan will ever forget. To pick your copy of 11 and 11, visit redgold.net and purchase through our Amazon to support this show and this station.
The hottest new talents in pro wrestling today are in the Arizona Wrestling Federation. Subscribe today for all the action. YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling AZ. Catch the excitement.
You're listening to RGTR, Red Go Talk Radio.
What's up, Red Gold family? Welcome back to the Sons of Legends. It's your boy, R Dog, here with your homeboy, MJ Gunner. Yeah. And during the break, we were discussing SmackDown, and the most hilarious thing to me, Bianca Belair finally addressing Bayley, laughing at her all the time.
She wants to know what I want to know. What the hell's so funny? Why are you just laughing? It makes no sense to me. Jesus.
I don't know, but as you can see, Bianca is just as annoyed as you are.
Well, she should be. Okay? This ain't no comedy show. This ain't the Star Kiss or something. She's not out there to entertain you.
But you are out there to entertain us. That's exactly what you're out here
But Bianca's out there to entertain Bayley. I'm saying, this ain't Star Kiss. This ain't the laugh at me or something like that.
Bayley is very entertaining at whatever it is.
And that laugh is starting to get underneath my skin. Jesus.
And I mean, Bianca challenged Bayley. It's not often that the champion challenges somebody else.
Well, I would like to see Bianca shut her laugh up, to be honest with you.
And
I can't wait to see
challenge her, and of course Bayley accepts. And then she just starts laughing again. And then every TV in the Thunderdome turned into Bayley's face laughing. And it must have been so weird for Bianca to just look around and be like, oh my God, this is like a nightmare.
Like, why are you laughing? What the fuck?
Hilarious.
It's not hilarious.
Every time she starts laughing, I can't help but laugh too. It's something about when somebody just starts belly laughing that makes you laugh too. I don't know what it is.
It makes me laugh.
It does to me. I know it's annoying to you because you hate her voice.
It's not her voice. I hate her laugh now. I've heard it enough. I'm sick of listening to it. I hate her laugh now. I hate it.
Hilarious to me. So in Hell in a Cell, we will get Bianca Belair against Bayley once again. And I'm glad that this feud isn't over yet because I think Bianca needs a good feud to go off of after that moment.
Yeah, she needs somebody to run a feud with right now while we wait needs to come back. Bailey's been heel on the roster, and she's the most believable contender for the title. So
I feel like Bailey's the biggest star on SmackDown without Sasha being there.
Yeah, she is. So it's definitely a good choice to have those two work together. Give Bianca Belair credibility.
And they were picking up Bailey Bianca feud before Bianca won the title.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And Bailey had kind of won up on her before they went in. They were 1-1 after the second match. And I just with the way Bianca won her hair, even though Bailey was the first one to use it, the way Bianca won, it still gives Bailey a way to say that I still deserve a title shot, that she's a cheater. And I knew she was a cheater from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I laughed at her.
Yeah. And another thing that happened on SmackDown this week is my favorite trio. Shinsuke Nakamura, Rick Boogs, and Pat McAfee.
I know, right? Every week, Pat McAfee, like, he's having the time of his life.
He's a ranger or something. Every time Rick Boogs comes out there and starts rocking. Oh, man, it's great. I freaking love this gimmick they got going on right now with Rick and Pat McAfee.
And I love yelling at Michael Cole's face and air guitar. And this week he's standing on the announce table, waving his hands from side to side.
I feel like it's hilarious.
Michael Cole, Pat McAfee is celebrating.
He is.
I swear to God, this dude is just a natural. I don't know what it is about him, but everything he's done as far as the wrestling goes, he's been a natural.
He nails it every time.
So, man, Pat McAfee for taking that spot. Him and Michael Cole are, I think, a better team than him and Corey Graves.
Yeah, I definitely think so. I like Corey Graves working with Byron Saxon, to be honest with you, you know.
And that's
they have
Jimmy Smith between them, who's kind of got to get in the groove with it, you know.
I thought he did all right this week.
I think the reason why people think he's good at it is because Adam was so bad.
I mean, he's not bad. I enjoy Jimmy Smith on commentary.
I gotta say, this week I really wasn't feeling him as much as I was the week before. And I think the reason why is because with Adam Burt, you knew that he wasn't like a wrestling commentator. With Jimmy Smith, you know that he knows combat sports because he knows some of the moves and stuff, but he's naming the moves that he knows from like MMA and things like that. And
you gotta give him time.
It felt this week he kind of felt out of place because it was a story-driven episode of Raw.
He's new to this.
Yeah. And when it got to the climax moments, like, you know, Drew breaking the table with the sword, you know, stories AJ was given. By the way, AJ is classic on
this.
Cap. He just felt out of place this week. Now, Corey was in his groove. He was in his bag this week, especially like yelling at Eva coming back. What are you guys gonna wear? I got it now. I mean, Corey Graves was in his bag this week, but Jimmy kind of felt out of place on Raw a little bit. But Pat McAfee, every week he's nailing it. Every single week he's nailing it. He knows classic lines to go by. I mean, he's like, I love this part of SmackDown. Get up, Cole. Get up. Don't just rock with Rick Boogs. And I wasn't digging the story like, but the more it keeps going,
hey, it's a good one. No, it didn't have to grow on me for a very long time. You know, I know, like when I first saw Rick Boogs come out there with the guitar, it starts rocking out to Shinsuke's entrance. I love it. I like the thing for the crown and everything.
See, that's the part that I love. It's becoming more about the crown. Yeah, it is about Rick Boogs playing guitar.
I hope he gets right.
That's all it was about. But I see like a nice little kind of manager wrestler type of thing, but not really a manager, just for no reason.
Well, I don't on the main roster. I say it's something. Rick Boogs, I would be there as a wrestler right now.
He's been actually putting his hands on Baron Corbin, so it's going to come down.
Yeah, eventually, I think the match will happen. But, you know, this is the way for Rick Boogs to get in the door on the main roster.
Yeah, in actuality, I don't see a match happening. I just see Baron Corbin beating him up. Leaving him like, I don't see actual matches. You know, like I said, he was a wrestler in NXT, that he does that, but I don't see him and Baron Corbin having a match. I don't have a chance to actually have the match for the crown.
Yeah, that's true. Well, she can't get on SmackDown.
With Rick Boogs.
Yeah, always Rick Boogs. But I thought was pretty genius was the General Aziz KO before he goes out there for the Intercontinental title match. What a perfect ball.
Right. Yeah. You see Apollo like walking past them laughing and stuff. Hilarious. Just General Aziz attacking KO. All these reps come in, pushing Aziz off and checking on KO, and then just see Apollo walk past and laugh. that was like genius.
But yeah, I think that this does something for both of them. It makes KO look tough and makes Apollo look treacherous.
No, I think that I think he should keep doing it. I think that every time he's going to defend his title, the person should get attacked by Aziz, and somebody's going to get fed up with that stuff. It should keep happening.
I honestly think this is going to lead to a steel cage match for the title. That's my prediction. Yeah. KO Apollo to the stage.
That's always.
Well, it's the best way to keep an interference out.
I just want to see them do something just a little different this time.
Well, how do you keep General Aziz away?
Yep, beat him up before the match too. If he's going to keep beating everybody, the match is going to be one time where they go backstage and it's not the person getting beat up or laying down. It's Aziz. What happened? Who got him? Let's get a who done storyline going. Who took out the Rosie's? And what it turns out to be somebody like Same.
Well,
Same
they still floating around the IC title picture because after the match, that's KO.
What if, Sammy's quiet, the one that's give him the idea I have for Alice Black. Quietly pick off the contenders for that title until he finds the
Okay. That's funny. But anyway, but SmackDown started off with Ray and Dominic versus the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team titles,
which they had made the week before, and all we needed to see was whether Jay was with Jimmy or with Roman.
And we still don't get a freaking answer.
Still don't get an answer because the way it went, the Usos were doing their thing, Ray and Dominic doing their thing, pretty good tag match.
Yeah, it was a good one.
And the Uso goes up for the splash on Dominic. He gets his knees up, flips him over into a victory roll, and gets a 3 count. But the shoulder was up, and everybody saw the shoulder up except the referee.